such an aching vacuum of joyless approval, there is only one antidote: a sudden and pugnacious belief in positive evil. This world can be made beautiful again by beholding it as a battlefield. When we have defined and isolated the evil thing, the colors come back into everything else. When evil things have become evil, good things in a blazing apocalypse become good. There are some men who are dreary because they do not believe in God, but there are many others who are dreary because they do not believe in the devil. The grass grows green again when we believe in the devil. The roses grow red again when we believe in the devil. No man was more filled with a sense of this bellicose basis of all cheerfulness than Dickens. He knew very well the essential truth that the true optimist can only continue as an optimist so long as he is discontented. For the full value of this life can only be got by fighting. The violent take it by storm. And if we have accepted everything, we have missed something: war. This life of ours is a very enjoyable fight, but a very miserable truce. And it appears strange to me that so few critics of Dickens or of other romantic writers have noticed this philosophical meaning in the undiluted villain. The villain is not in the story to be a character; he is there to be a danger, a ceaseless, ruthless, and uncompromising menace, like that of wild beasts of the sea. For the full satisfaction of the sense of combat, which everywhere and always involves a sense of equality, it is necessary to make the evil thing a man. But it is not always necessary, it is not even always artistic, to make him a mixed and probable man. In any tale, the tone of which is at all symbolic, he may quite legitimately be made an aboriginal and infernal energy. He must be a man only in the sense that he must have a wit and will to be matched with the wit and will of the man chiefly fighting. The evil may be inhuman, but it must not be impersonal, which is almost exactly the opposite occupied by Satan in the theological scheme. But when all is said, as I have remarked before, the chief fountain in Dickens of what I have called cheerfulness, and some prefer to call optimism, is something deeper than a verbal philosophy. It is, after all, an incomparable hunger and pleasure for the vitality and the variety, for the infinite eccentricity of existence. And this word eccentricity brings us perhaps nearer to the matter than any other. It is perhaps the strongest mark of the divinity of man that he talks of this world as a strange world, though he has seen no other. We feel that all there is eccentric, though we do not know what is the center. This sentiment of the grotesqueness of the universe ran through Dickens's brain and body like the mad blood of the elves. He saw all his streets in fantastic perspectives. He saw all his cockney villas as top-heavy and wild. He saw every man's nose twice as big as it was, and every man's eyes like saucers. And this was the basis of his gaiety, the only real basis of any philosophical gaiety. This world is not to be justified as it is justified by the mechanical optimists. It is not to be justified as the best of all possible worlds. Its merit is not that it is orderly and explicable. Its merit is that it is wild and utterly unexplained. Its merit is precisely that none of us could have conceived such a thing, that we should have rejected the bare idea of it as miracle and unreason. It is the best of all impossible worlds. End of chapter 11. Recording by Dick Durrett, Manchester, New Hampshire, USA.